Hey everyone, it's Walker at Full Spectrum Laser and welcome to the 1 hour build. As you can see, I'm by myself and I'm running also the comments. So if you guys have any comments on the YouTube channel, on Facebook, and we're live and I don't get to the questions, I'm sorry. I'm doing everything right now. Except for Charles, he's got me on the production. So, the So, the sword stand. We made it for samurai swords and stuff, for those kind of nerds like Charles and I. And if you didn't catch in the cut, we also engraved his sheath. So, yeah, take a look at that. And I'm going to show you how to customize this actual project. I didn't want to cut the whole project this time and put it together. It's very straightforward. And if you look on our website on the free projects page and you have nothing to do this Memorial weekend and you want to build this stand, then feel free to download it and make it this weekend. So I'm going to go into the software and I'm going to show you how to customize it. So here we go. Yeah, I'm in the software. We're good. Alrighty. So let me show you the file that you're gonna get. This is le file. If you stay tuned, I'm gonna teach you a little bit about how to speak Japanese. I took Japanese in college, and I'll teach you how to make a real quick friend by speaking Japanese, and it'll only take one sentence. That's besides the point. So here's the file. And this will fit inside your hobby laser, a single piece of wood that will fit in your hobby laser, and it's about 17 minutes to run, so not too long. And it's made for the Romark 3mm material wood, but you can cut this out of any 3mm that you have laying around, acrylic, anything 3mm. So feel free to make this project out of acrylic, wood, anything that you have. Post it on the weekly. You can make it a weekly contest. Speaking of the weekly contest, let's just talk about it right now. We have a weekly contest, and that weekly contest consists of just taking a picture, hashtag FSL weekly contest, and you can win up to $250 off your next purchase or a free lens kit. I would get the lens kit if I were you, just because you can get different types of lens kits. And next week, we'll actually be showing you the difference between the actual lens kits themselves. So you have a 5-inch lens for cutting thick foams. You actually can get also a 1.5-inch lens that's good for fine detail engraving. So next week in Laser Talk, Nick and I are going to go through those different options, what they are, what they're useful for, and everything about them. So that's the weekly contest. Let's get back to the software. This is the top platform, and I'm going to show you how to change out this sitting Buddha for anything that you want. So I'm going to actually do this Kabuto. Let's say you don't like that little Buddha in the middle, even though it's super cool. You want to switch it up and make it this Kabuto. You can do so, and I'll show you how. So this is an auto trace from Google, very straightforward. And then we have this surrounding area. And that's just going to give us a nice border to cut out and still have our image. We don't want it tight to the raster just because that's the way I just like the way that looks. So, and then this is our notch. Our notch without any strokes is going to be the exact dimension of that notch itself. So that is 3.377 by 12.79. So that is what you're going to start off with, and you're just going to merge that with your outline vector. So, and we'll just union those together, and we'll go to Object, fill and stroke. We're gonna remove that fill and then make the stroke red just like the other cuts. As soon as it pops up here, internet's a little slow in this room. Bear with me. There we go. So we're gonna give a fill, nothing, stroke, we'll make it red just like the cuts. And I use this back piece for proportion. I want to make sure that it's going to be the right size and look that I want sitting inside of this design. Now this Japanese gate design, it's called a torii, and it represents many different things for their religions and culture, and I just wanted to make a cool sword stand because when you look online, there's very basic stuff. You'll see a lot of plastic stuff, some wood stuff, but they're very basic, and I thought this would be kind of cool and dynamic and actually representative of the culture itself. So that's why I did it. So we have that guy there. What we're gonna do is duplicate him because I made this so it can go both ways. This actual piece doesn't matter if it's either way, so we double notched it, and then you just sit those guys back to back. So that's our file. I'm good to go. I'll just save this file, which I already saved it. You know how to save it, so I won't show you. But we will go ahead and, well, there's the free project right there. If you don't know where it is, there it is. And you'll see all of our weekly projects down there as well. How am I doing, Charles? Doing good? Woo! Alrighty, so I already made this PDF. I'm just going to drag and drop it in. Called it Kabuto. I'm going to import everything because I want to raster, engrave this, and cut it. So I'm going to open everything. Then I'm going to show you how to take pictures, how to take the picture with your Muse and why it's useful. I went to Maker Faire last weekend, and some customers said, hey, I want you to go through that process. So here we go. We have both our raster and vector, and what I'm going to do is simply, the machine's already focused to our material. I'm just going to capture the workspace. Oh, the camera fell down. There we go. I'll hold it in place. So you'll see that the software is going to upload it slowly, one by one, taking 9 images and then stitching them together as the machine takes them. And that's the simple process of just taking that picture so we can drag our design on top. So there we go. We don't have to look at the machine anymore. So now we have the picture of our piece of wood inside of the machine. You can see the honeycomb on the back and the piece of wood. And I'm just going to drag my file and put it right on top of this piece of wood. And that's exactly where it is and exactly where it will be. I don't want to waste any of this wood material, so I'm going to keep it in the upper left-hand corner so I have most of the rest of the material to work with. And I'm going to go to my vectors, and I don't want to do any of this black. So if we zoom in here, I just want to raster the black. So I'm going to go to my vectors, and I'm actually going to turn the black off to 0 passes. And the red is going to be my actual outline cut. So I know that the Muse will cut this material at 20 speed, 100 power, and if I wanted to, I could dial it in and play with the current a bit, but it cuts fine at 100 current. So I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to go to my raster settings. Now, I really did want to cover this. We'll keep it at 250 DPI, just a nice, fast, clean raster. And honestly, it's a black fill. We don't need to get fancy and step it up in DPI unless we want it real deep and dark, and we don't. So we'll keep it at that. I'll keep it at 100 power. And And speed, I'll slow that down to probably 60. Now that's 100 power, 60 speed. That's going to give me a nice dark raster without having to up the DPI. Now black and white threshold is something I want to point out. This guy, let's learn something about it. So we'll zoom in here and you'll see that the black and white threshold, if I hit play right now, this red outline will actually register as a raster, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste the time, even if it's just a little bit, rastering this away and then cutting it. So watch this area as I play with the actual black and white threshold. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to slide and just watch that area as it changes. You'll see that it registers less and less and less. I'm going to do that until it registers nothing at all on that red. Now, that will never change if your vector lines are black. So if you want to cut and raster at the same time, do not make your vector lines black unless you want to raster them. Sometimes you can design cleverly and use vector lines to make rasters, and that's fine. But if you want to cut and raster at the same time and it's not part of your design, simply change that vector color to something red or lighter, sometimes yellow, cyan, anything like that. I like red because I can see it well, but if you can see yellow, that's fine. I can't see it too well, so I just keep it at red and just play with this black and white threshold. So now I'm just going to run my perimeter and go to the machine, and we'll just double check that it's in the area that we want. So it's exactly where we want it. We took the picture and it's one for one exactly the same inside of the machine. And it will run that perimeter over and over until you're ready to start the job. So I'm going to stop that perimeter and then I'm just going to hit play. Now this job's about 6 minutes, so I have to fill 6 minutes of talking right now. No, just kidding. We're just going to watch it. What are you guys doing on Memorial Weekend? We want to know. I'm going to double check if there's any comments. I don't see any comments. I hope you guys have a good weekend. What was that, Charles? Huh? Oh yeah. We can talk about the pro sale while that's rastering. So the pro sale, $1,000 off of 24. If you're interested in getting into a pro machine, this is the time because it's $1,000 off, limited quantity, and this will get you cutting up to a 1/2 inch of material, Z table that I believe is 8.5 inches, and pass through doors, so you don't have to cut your material like you would a hobby machine to fit inside. You can just pass it all the way through, which is awesome. I have a 48 at home and I don't have to pass it through at all. I just sit it in there and I'll run little pieces of jobs off the same sheet that's just been sitting there for a long time. And hey Randall, Maker Faire was awesome. Thank you for asking. I have not had so much fun at Maker Faire in a long time. It was very cool, and if you've never been, please go check it out. It will blow your mind. I really do love Maker Faire and all the people that I've met there and our customers that are just happy or they have questions that we can easily answer and just get them on their way to cutting. I met for the first time the 3D printing professor. That guy's super cool. Who else? Lots of good people. Our friend Trisha, she came by just to thank me for teaching her how to use the laser, and that was extremely nice. She's too nice. Like every time I talk to her, she's just so sweet, and it makes me like so sensitive that she's so appreciative. Ugh, I can't even talk about it. So, this is kind of a Japanese themed project, right? So, if you're walking in Japan and you want to make a good friend, instantly, what do you say, Charles? Say, sumimasen, biru ga oshi desu. And if you don't know what that means, please look it up. That's sumimasen, biru ga oshi desu. I guarantee you, you will make a friend instantly. I hope somebody actually does that. Excuse me, let's get a drink, essentially. And if you meet any cool guy, he'd be like, yeah, hi. That's super random. I don't know why I'm talking about that. But the engraving itself is coming to an end. Let's zoom in on that, Charles. There we go. Now we're about to cut. Oh. Again, 20 speed, 100 power, 100 current. We could play with the current if we wanted to, but it's cutting out fine. What we're gonna do is just replace this little Buddha in here, the man of enlightenment, take him out, and then just replace it with our new design. Feel free to take these designs and do whatever you want with them, modify them. Again, take a picture, share it with us. I like to see what you guys do, or if it just inspires you or teaches you something new about your laser, please let me know. I want to hear. So we got one more Kabuto to go. Seconds away. 4 people watching. Thanks, Mom, Dad, Grandma, and Grandpa for watching. Oh, and Randall. We'll just sit here, watch me sit here on my lonesome vector cut. Are you excited, Charles? Are you excited? Do you want to join the show now? Do you want a webcam in? Say hi to everybody? Yeah, you come on, webcam in, bro. Just say hi. Nah, Charles is being shy. Alrighty, so we're gonna grab those guys, and actually, I'll just leave them there because I have some here. I pre-did some just in case. You know, sometimes connection issues. So it's exactly the same. And there's a little notch in there. I'm gonna simply take our new design, my fingers are so dirty from making things and rock climbing and doing all this stuff. Every time my mom sees my hand, she goes, honey, you need to get a manicure. And I say, Mom, no. See? Charles joining. That's so awesome. All right, he's gone. He's gone. It's good to see Charles. I'm sure people are like, who is that guy? I'm telling you, he's the coolest guy here. So, there we go. We replaced Buddha with Kabuto. And this guy can hold your sword, or really just look cool anywhere. I mean, it could be a stand for anything, really. I think it's awesome by itself. Whatever. But in the comment section, please let us know what you think. What kind of projects do you guys want? What do you guys want to see? If you have an awesome idea and you really don't know how to do it, just let us know and I'll make it for you and show you here every week. Even if it's something that you know you can make and you just don't feel like it or don't have time or whatever, just any idea. I like to hear the ideas. I like to make them better. Sometimes they're too good and I can't achieve them. We'll see. So I think that's it, yeah? Is that it, Charles? Is that it? All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. I know I will, because I'm moving. And nothing's better than having a 3-day weekend and taking it to move. So, until next time, see us on Laser Talk. See me here on Fridays. I think it's just me for now, for a while.